Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much and good morning. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Risna Nur Hasanah. I'm a student of English Study Program at Halole University. And today, in this presentation, I like to talk about motivation in reading, especially an expectancy and value model. Okay, I have chosen this topic because motivation is what makes people do or not do something. Because motivation has similar to attitude in some respect. For the first one is neither can be directly observed, but motivation must be inferred from behavior, and then behavior and action. And then second one is both have degrees of intensity because it is ranging from strong to weak. And here, according to Franken, in 1919 and 88, in his book, he have said that the study of motivation has traditionally been concerned with the arousal, direction, and persistence of behavior. And then, if you want to understand what is motivation, we must use some psychological models. The models are expectation and value. Okay, according to Weather, in his book, talk about model have motivation has two equal components, especially expectation and value. The point of expectancy and value that people do expect to accomplish successfully, and then tend to avoid what they expect they cannot finish. And then this is must balanced by people to undertake tasks. So if the student want to finish their material in the reading process, they must finish their subject, and then they must finishing their subject, and then to avoid those things little value for them, even though the reasonably expect that they can do them. Okay, here I have divided my presentation in two parts. The first one is motivation and second language reading. Okay, here there are two models motivation in reading process. Well, the first is expectancy, and the second is value. Okay, motivation in here there is two points. The first one is linguistic level, such as phonology, morphology, and then pragmatics, phonetic, and other. Okay, and then how interesting here means that the student must interest with their subject. If the student doesn't interest with their subject, they can feel bored. Okay, and then expectancy have also have reading ability in the second language. Here means that a student must have ability in reading, especially the second language. Okay, the second is value. Value have 2 points also. The first is attitude toward reading in the second language and social environment, including influence of family and friends. And then the model of major variable motivating the decision to read a second language according to Day and Barfom in 1998 have said that there are 4 major like variable that motivate students. The student must desire to read in a second language, such as material, reading ability, attitude, and social cultural environment. And then 2 of these materials and reading ability relate to the expectation of success in reading process in the second language. The other 2, attitude and social cultural environment, relate to value attached to reading in the second language. And then this section, the 2 section is primarily variable in motivation. Okay, 2 of variables in this model. This is have 2 model like material and attitude. This is considered primary, and it can be claimed that they are both equally very important. So when a student does not have positive and attitude positive, they cannot motivate in reading process. And then if the material not appropriate the student, so the student can feel bored, or what the in here like that I have said before, the student can feel bored, and then there would be lack of motivation for a learner to decide to read the second language. Okay, so on the other hand, a low reading ability can make student non-conducive social cultural environment, and then can be compensated. And if a teacher cannot promote positive second language attitude and provide appropriate material for the student. So in conclusion of my presentation today is student must have motivation in reading process. And then, for example, student have decided to read a book, such as they can choose the material for them to study in the studying process. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.